Nigel, a highly entertaining encounter. How did you see it?
Yeah, just like that. A little bit too entertaining at times. Quality of players that they have for an under-21 side is quite frightening for a team like us. But I thought we sort of more than matched them, created as many chances as them. And it could have been something like 6-6 tonight, that sort of scoreline, which is what this competition should be about as well. It should be about entertainment and about, the young team sort of learning to play against different kinds of opposition, because technically we'll not play against nothing anywhere near that this season.
It was probably a better second half performance from Mansfield than the first. What did you say at the break?
Not a lot. I thought we were doing well. The only disappointment was the 2 goals we conceded. And for all Manchester City's brilliant sort of short play and short passing, it came from 2 long balls. First one a mix-up between the goalie and Kells. I think the Scott should have come for it. And then the other one we thought was a yard offside just over Macca's head. But for all their intricate play, and I thought they got in the first 5-10 minutes a few times, and then we sort of set up better. It's disappointing when you concede those sorts of goals. They're more sort of League 2 goals.
Did they test you tonight in different ways than you would normally face on a League 2 match?
Oh, definitely. Just the quality, the pace of the little players that they had with and without the ball, and they started off the game playing without what you call a number 9 or a centre forward. You never see that in League 2, would you? And then all of a sudden the 2 centre halves are standing there twiddling their thumbs thinking, what do I do here? So one of them's got to step in then and be brave and go tight with the midfielder. We got to grips with that a little bit better. You can't set up for that because we don't know how they're going to set up. So you just players. It's a good exercise in players sort of solving the problem on the pitch at the time.
Did they have the technical edge? You have the physical edge?
They more than had the technical edge, yes. It's fair to say, and I thought we had the physical side. When you've got Lucas and James Gale and Jordan, they barely lost a header between them. We've scored from sort of crosses and things like that. We've put a lot of good crosses in tonight, I thought, from both sides, especially Kells, and deserved probably more than the 3 goals.
James Gale, he got a goal and probably could have had a hat-trick.
Yeah, he came over. That was a little break, and just after he'd missed the header, and he said I could have had 4 or 5. But it's good that he's in that position. It's great experience for him, and every sort of game he gets at this level will help him.
Good for Lucas Akins too, Nigel, I imagine, because he got a goal and an assist.
Yeah, and I thought he played very, very well tonight. And I thought you could see that some of his unselfish play, which is there on view all the time, was mixed in with some good pieces of skill. Got himself a goal and, as I say, made the one for James Gale. So good night's work for him.
He played further forward tonight. We've seen him most this season at right wing back. I know you said previously you wanted to see him play further forward. Could he play more in a forward line heading forward?
Yeah, of course. We sort of changed the formation a bit just because of personnel tonight, not for anything else. So we went sort of 4-3-3, Lucas wide right and Jordan wide left, and they caused a problem from those positions. But no formation is set in stone for any one particular game.
2 omissions from the lineup, John Joe O'Toole and Ollie Hawkins. Could you tell us more?
Yeah, John Joe O'Toole injured his foot on Saturday, which he came off with at Sutton, and is a doubt for Doncaster, and Ollie Hawkins' illness.
Could Hawkins be back for Saturday?
Yeah, it's just these bugs, so it all depends how he is. I think there's a little bit going around at the moment. Jordan missed the weekend with similar, which is why it's important to get him 90 minutes tonight. Just have to see how he is in the next few days.
What do you take from tonight?
A win. Let's take the win and the confidence and everything, and put Saturday behind us. Can't keep losing on the road, but I think that was more like us tonight.
Did any individual performances tonight give you food for thought?
Yeah, everybody. They always do, because we have a strong squad, and we have quite an even squad as well. I don't think there's, I think if you ask even the supporters to say, right, what's the standout 11, everyone would have a different sort of opinion. Well, he could be better than him. I thought the midfield was good tonight with Kieran Wallace, Ollie Clark and George Maris, all did very well. So they're all in our thoughts.
Just a word on Hiram Boateng, because I understand he wasn't at 100%.
No, he trained yesterday. He did his 20 minutes on Saturday at Sutton, and then he trained yesterday. Just felt a little bit of discomfort. He did the warm up, didn't feel it again, but we didn't feel it necessary to risk him.
What are we now? 48 hours away from the closure of the transfer window, pretty much around that time. What's the latest from your perspective in terms of transfers?
Well, we're quite relaxed about the state of things. If we can get a player in, a forward player, even it's funny, we've discussed sort of saying, well, we'll use Ollie Hawkins as a striker and then we'll bring a defensive player in. It doesn't matter if there's a good enough player to improve the squad. Then we'll have a chat about it and see if we can do it. You're not going to get a direct replacement for Rhys Oates because there isn't one. But if we could get one sort of similar with similar attributes, that would be ideal. But we've asked about somewhere in the region of 30 players in the last few weeks. Whether it be loans or permanent, and we're down to a sort of about 4 or 5 still in the running.
So you are still actively hunting for one?
Oh yes, yeah. If it comes along and it's the right player at the right price, and we say we can afford to do it, then we'll try our best.
30 seems an awful lot. Why have you had so many knockbacks?
Different things. Clubs have then said no, we're keeping them. I think 3 or 4 of them have got injured. One club's changed the manager, that sort of thing, and then the players, the new manager wants to see everybody. All different, completely different reasons.
The final 5, as it were, that you mentioned you're looking at, are they a variety of transfer, permanents, loans, that type of thing?
No, we're just looking at loans at the moment. We just literally want a short-term replacement for Rhys Oates. It's ideal because before Rhys got injured, we're happy with the squad. Jason Law will be back in 4 or 5 weeks, give us another body. James Gale is stepping in. He was outside the original squad. Him and George Cooper ideally out on loan. George Cooper's gone. We're going to keep James Gale with us because we're a little bit short. So just one, but if we don't get them, we don't get them, and we crack on with what we've got.
Where's your market? Championship and Premier League?
No, everywhere, wherever there's a player that's suitable, all throughout. We've looked at a lad up in Scotland, inquired about him. So it's just what's available. There's not a lot out there, and you'll see there's not been a lot of movement at our level it's been a quiet transfer window generally, I think.
Are you looking for a particular type of striker, Nigel?
Yeah, just a good one. Well, you know that, just a good one. As I say, but it has to be. You've seen James Gale tonight, who's got a goal against Manchester City and caused them problems. They have to be better than James or different. We've got Lucas can go up there, Will Swan can go up there. George Lapsley has played off the striker. So if we don't get one, we don't get one. That's why there's no point in taking just anybody. They have to be better than what we have or different.
Are any of those 5 close?
And I wouldn't say imminent, no. We've got a few more calls to make in the morning. What you'll often find is, say there's one player, a possible loan, and there's 4 other clubs in League 2 in for him. So it might come down to geography, it might come down to finances, whatever, whether you get them or not.
Any likely to head out the door?
No, hopefully not. We have had inquiries for a couple of players, but at this moment in time we'd like to keep everybody intact, certainly up until January, and see where we are then.
Does that include James Gale and Owen Mason? Because you said previously you'd look to get them out on loan.
Well, James Gale certainly we're going to keep around. If we get another player in and everybody's fit, the good thing is if they go on loan to non-league, and this is Owen Mason as well, then after 28 days you can call them back. So that gives us a little bit more comfort that we're not losing them for a full 3 months. So there's a possibility that might happen depending on numbers.
Finally, let's speak about Doncaster Rovers because we won't speak to you before that match on Saturday. What's your thoughts heading into it?
Good memories from last season. Balanced slightly with our such poor away form so far this season. So mixed at the moment. I hope we can produce something like our home form on the road, especially as it's probably our most local game. And I know we'll have a great following again. Great memories of last season in the FA Cup. They've come down. They've still got, I think, a very good sort of League One-ish sort of top end of League Two squad, and going to be as tough as any.
Still early on in this season, isn't it? But how can you go about endeavouring to replicate the home form to away?
The first thing we have to do is work harder than we did at Sutton on Saturday and at Salford. I didn't think we were too bad at Orient, and we have to work harder at keeping our clean sheet intact, not conceding the soft goals which have highlighted the 3 performances away from home. Quite a few of them have been similar, so it has to be a real team effort, and especially down the middle of the pitch, that we stop conceding these soft goals.
You said after Sutton, Nigel, that you were contemplating changing the style and I think even formation away from home. Is that still at the forefront of your mind?
Yes, everything's when you've lost 3 on the spin away from home, everything's up for grabs. Personnel, formation, everything. And we might well find that in the next couple of weeks we might sort of be playing a slightly different side at home to away.
Could it be a case where you go back to last season's main formation, as it were?
Yeah, it could be. You know, we've changed tonight, just more because of personnel than anything else. But all options are available for us.
Doncaster have had a good start to the season. What are you anticipating from them on home soil?
Well, I think they're very strong at home. You know, and you've got little Lee Tomlin playing there who's causing problems, and you've got the experience of people like Tommy Rowe. They'll be a threat this season. I think they'll be up there.
You mentioned the supporters. How big a part will they play in this one?
Well, if we could turn it into a home game, we'd have a much better chance. We just want to put a performance on and get something. So we're sick to death of getting on that bus after a game, you know, away from home. We've had 3 tastes of it so far this season. Long journeys for us all, supporters as well. They must be fed up as well. We want to get something on the points on Saturday.
Thank you.